Hey guys, how are you? Happy Monday. Well, it's Monday for me. It's almost the last day of school. Tomorrow the kids have half of day of school. It's the last day of school for them and we're going into summer. So I'm kind of excited and half dreading it because we have 6 days of like no plans. So we kind of have to find what to do, how to occupy four boys. And all four boys want to do different things. So good luck to me. Wish me luck. I want to talk to you if you're finishing the phase off with little kids and you're like having teenagers like me, or if you're going through this phase where kids are leaving already, like the next stage where kids are leaving the house and you're grieving, I want to offer you little wisdom that I have of that because I am entering that phase right now and I have gotten a little bit of help. So I want to walk you through what I'm doing for me to help me grieve, and hopefully this will be helpful for you. And because my kids are 10 and then almost 15-year-old, my oldest, I am like pre-grieving. Turns out that I'm already like grieving ahead of time slowly because I'm seeing that they need me a lot less and they want to spend a lot more time with their friends, which is totally understandable. They still need me a lot. I still have four kids. I still need to drive them a lot. But as the last half a year have been unfolding, I have noticed the pattern and I've noticed that I'll have a lot, not a, I mean, it feels like a lot more time, but yet it's still not that much. So I have found myself in this limbo where I have had a lot of emotions and things going on that I was not really like figuring out what is going on. And after getting some coaching, this is what I think is going on and how I think I will manage through it. And the first step I think that's really, really helpful for me and for you is to name what's going on. You have to like name, okay, I feel sad, sadness, naming that, naming like confusion. Like I don't know what to do next. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what to do in the future, and dramatic thoughts like nobody needs me, which is not true, but my brain keeps offering that to me. And it's so dramatic, but it's creating like this sadness that feels so heavy, even though the kids still need me. So it's kind of like, that's why I'm saying it's pre grieving because I see in the future they will need me less and less and less. And so because if that's is why I'm offering this process to you, is that if we don't name it and don't process these feelings, they are still there, but they can bubble up and turn into like this depression, and they need to be processed, they need to be felt in order for us to move on, in order for us to feel better. Because if we don't, I've been carrying it around with me, and it feels a lot better to name them, to sit with them, to process them, and then I can move on to other more pleasant feelings. So naming them is one. Feeling them is the whole other thing, because we don't want to feel sorrow. I don't want to sit there and cry. Yet sometimes I have felt the need to cry over it, but I didn't want to. For example, like going to bed one night, I'm like, I don't want to start crying right before bed, because that's when I'm most tired and when it's like the hardest to stop. I found in the past. So I like told myself, okay, don't worry, don't cry now. We'll cry about it later. But then the next time I felt it like swell up in my throat, I'm like, I don't want to cry now either. So this is the not fun part of it, is that, okay, we need to process it sometime. So far I've been doing it kind of like in little bits. I'm like, oh, okay, like I feel a little sad and like tear up. And then I kind of push it away. So again, practicing feeling that sadness, passing it through us, and not necessarily making it mean anything dramatic, like this is the end of the world and it's going to be here forever. And that's, I guess, part of the fear, is that you will feel sad forever. It will engulf you and hurt you. But that's not true. So that's the two steps you can do, is you name your feelings, you write them down, and and you process them. Try to process them, plan to process them, and process them when they come up. And this is not like you process one and done and then you move on. Turns out, no, it's going to be a phase. So when I first realized that the kids need me a lot less, I didn't have much of an emotional reaction. I'd had like a minor one, but I feel like as the time goes on, it keeps hitting me in different ways. And so I'm realizing this is going to be a period of time. In my head, it's like 6 months, but who knows? It's probably going to be for the next 10 years. I'm going to be letting them go, right? So know that this is a transition, a phase you're going through, and tell yourself, this actually helped me to say to myself, okay, I'm going to be in this transition, and I'm going to be sad and confused and not know what to do. So remind yourself, like saying out loud to yourself, this is what's happening, helps a lot to, and it takes the pressure off to figure it out and to feel better soon. Because there's also another thing that's going on, it could be for you, is a rush to feel better. You're like, yeah, they're growing up, they need me less, I'm gonna do this, and this, and this, and I'm gonna feel better, and I'm gonna just skip over this whole grieving part. How do I know? Well, this was my solution. I'm like, okay, this is what's happening. I'm going to start doing this and this and this, and I'm going to feel better. Well, what actually happens is, yeah, you start doing all these things, but if you haven't processed the sadness and the confusion and the fear of the future, then nobody needs me, then you can't really enjoy all the next things you're doing, right? For me anyway, this is what happens is, I still need to process them, because when I started painting this past weekend, but I feel like this numbness, this emptiness, and lack of joy. And it's because I'm like still stuck in this zone of needing to process these emotions and just sit in this in between period and figure it out and let it be what it is, which is not joy, but more of sadness, grief, right? Kind of letting go of the last 15 years where the kids were little. And now they're all getting into this next phase. So, yes. So naming them, processing them, and noticing if I'm rushing, then go back a step. Let's process and let's do things that are fun, but also let's process. So, and that's the beautiful part. If you are rushing and you skip the processing, well, you will be thrown back into processing because you haven't done that. Your body will require you to do that. It will trigger you to process it over and over again until you process it fully. So the other thing is, the way I look at it is practicing the next phase. So practice, what does that mean? Well, when the kids don't need you at all, most of the time, what will you be doing? Well, we have no idea, or we have an idea, but we maybe not good at it. Maybe we need to practice it. This is what I mean. Practice letting kids go and practice doing your own thing. What will it be? I don't know. What do you want it to be? Okay, make a list and just start practicing it. And practice, be okay with you being bad at it. Like me, I had to be okay with being bad at recording this podcast sometimes. I don't know. Maybe I was bad at it. But the important part is I didn't stop. I kept on going, and here I am. And being bad at painting, being bad at rowing. I just did some rowing this spring. I was willing to be bad. It's scary. You don't want to be bad. You want to be good. And being bad at whatever it is you want to do. But if you want to have a great next phase, a great retirement, then practice whatever it is. And that, thinking of it that way, helps me take the pressure off of being perfect. And my thinking is, okay, by the time that they all leave and need me a lot less, then I'll be a lot better at it than I am now. Like filling my time and finding purpose and finding feeling of belonging and finding feeling of being needed and like rebuilding my identity, not around as being a full-time mom of little kids, but being a mom of grown-up kids who need me a lot less. And I did ask a friend, I said, okay, she's mid 30s, I think. So I said, how do you need your parents now in your adult life? And she said, I need them for sure for big life events and for milestones in her life, for advice. So that was a good little reframe. And same for me. I need them for that. And I need to also, not that I need to, but I love having them for celebrating like holidays and big life events as well. And so if you're fortunate enough to have your parents still, then you think of what do you need your parents still for, and then that's our next phase as a mom. Okay, my kids will need me for advice on big life events, or in my head also like for supporting them through big life events emotionally or whatever, financially, or helping them move and celebrating. So basically going through all the emotions of uh talking about how you're feeling through this grieving process. And that, I think that's a big step for us, talking to other people, venting about what you're going through, and also asking other people how they did it, and how are they doing, what are they doing to transition through that time when the kids need them less, or they still need us, but they need us in a different capacity, like to drive them, to give them money, to drive them more and give them more money. Pretty much the same thing, right? Or buy them all the clothing and shoes. So the next thing I wrote down is after the talking and help. That one, I assume you guys are doing that because I think that's just our nature to process our feelings and everything by talking to our best friend, our mom, whoever, to shrink and help. I assume you guys are doing that. If you're not, that is, I find that really, really helpful to just talk to people about it, because each time you talk, you move through your emotions. You process them each time you talk. That's what I believe. Getting coached, not getting coached, even getting people giving you their opinions, you instantly get further in your journey because you know where you stand on it. You're like, oh, I don't agree with them at all, or oh my god, this is a great idea, I'm going to do this, right? The next thing, really leaning into our routines and what we're used to doing, and like kind of, if you're used to working out or walking or playing tennis or meeting with a friend, keep on doing that, leaning into that, because that will carry you through, like these good habits will carry you through the tough time. And recognizing for that you need comfort. For me, I had to recognize that recently, that I am seeking comfort because I'm afraid that nobody will need me in the future, because my brain's telling me nobody needs me right now. So I'm like panicking and being super dramatic and sad. And I'm like, oh, forget you guys, I don't need you either, right? Kind of being defensive and like childish about it. But also, just when I feel sad like that, I need comfort. And where do we get comfort? Well, where are we used to getting comfort? For me, not a great strategy is food. Food is comforting because it's distracting, it's pleasurable, it's always there. But with my intermittent fasting lifestyle, I can't really go to that as often as my comfort needs me. And I don't want to. I don't want to start stuffing my face just to that, because it doesn't really comfort you. It comforts you temporarily, but doesn't really do a good job at actually long-term comforting it, because the feelings are still there. So the actual comforting is really honestly just naming how you're feeling and feeling it, and allowing yourself to feel it and be sad about it, and just telling yourself that it's going to be okay, and really just finding a way to kind of help yourself to get through these feelings. However it is it talking to a friend? Is it watching a movie about a mom who's going through the same thing? Because you're going to be feeling all those things as you're watching it, right? Is it talking to a friend? Is it talking to somebody? Is it talking to your husband about it? Whatever it is find a way that really comforts you. And that's what I'm working on. This is how I'm dealing with it. And um, so comforting the fear, right? What are your fears? My fear is that, as you know, if we have the identity of being a mom who's busy all the time and our kids need us all the time, then who am I without that? That's a fear that I am nobody, nobody needs me. I don't know what to do with myself. And that is a legitimate fear that needs comfort. Like, it's okay to not know. It's okay to be afraid. It's okay. It's okay that nobody needs you. Then you need you, you know? So you just need to talk to yourself, listen to yourself, have that little chat with yourself. How am I feeling? How are you doing with this? Are you um, taking the time to process these emotions, or are you just shoving them down and pretending that nothing's going on and really drinking it away or eating it away or shopping it away and not really looking at those emotions and just kind of like pretending they're not there? Meanwhile, you're really, really, really sad deep inside. So, hope this was helpful for you guys, as this is a process. I encourage you to not think of it as like a one day and you're done with it. No, this is, I believe this is like a waves. They come in waves, these moments, and you have to process each one. And the more you do that, the better you will get at processing them. So good luck to all of you moms, the almost empty nesters, the empty nesters. And I'm here if you guys need any help. I can always coach you on anything. You just need to email me. The email's in the podcast notes, and I will love to chat with you. Now have a great day, and I'll see you next week.